Let's talk about hooks in React. In React, hooks are special functions that allow us to use state and other React features like lifecycle methods to functional components. Before hooks were introduced, class components were the primary way to manage state and lifecycle methods. Hooks were introduced in the 16.8 version of React. It provides a more concise and reusable way to manage state and side effects and avoid many of the pitfalls associated with classes. Then, when to use React hooks? If you have created a functional component in React and later need to add state or any side effects to it, then we can go for hooks. There are four main things which we have to consider when we use React hooks. First thing, that we have to import the particular hook, and then hooks can only be used inside functional components. We won't be able to use hooks in class components. That's the second thing. And in the third, hooks can only be at the top level of functional components, cannot put inside functions within a component. That means definitely all the hooks must be in the top level of a functional component. And the fourth thing is that hooks cannot be conditional. You can't use if-else conditions and hooks inside those if-else conditions and try to conditionally use hooks. That won't be possible. There are 20 inbuilt hooks in React until React version 19, which can be classified into 7 main categories depending on the purpose of the hooks. First up, we have state hooks. State hooks can be used to maintain a component's local state, such as remembering informations like user inputs. The examples for these state hooks are useState, useReducer. Second, we have context hooks. Context hooks are used to receive information from distant parent components without passing it as props. One of the examples for context hooks is useContext. And apart from that, third, we have ref hooks. Ref hooks let a component hold some information not used for rendering, like a DOM node or timeout ID. They are commonly used when working with non-React systems, such as the built-in browser APIs. The examples for ref hooks are useRef, useImperative-handle. Then we have effect hooks. Effect hooks let a component connect to and synchronize with external systems. This includes dealing with the network, browser DOM, and other non-React code. One of the most widely used examples for these effect hooks is useEffect, and other than that, useLayoutEffect, useInsertionEffect. All of these are examples for these effect hooks. And next up, we have performance hooks. Performance hooks can be used to optimize re-rendering performance to skip unnecessary work. Use memo, use callback, use transition, use deferred value are the all examples related to these performance hooks. And next we have form hooks. This can be used when working with forms. Use form status, use form state are the examples for these form hooks. Other than that, except these 6 categories, there are some of the hooks which don't fall under any of these categories, and those are use debug value, use hide, use sync external store, use action state, use optimistic. We'll cover all these React hooks one by one later in my YouTube channel. Therefore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, then you won't miss any of these content. And let's meet in the next video, and I'll cover about useState hook in that particular video. Apart from that, the complete note for this particular tutorial is in the description as a blog. Make sure to refer to that one also, then you will be able to easily understand all the things without missing things from here and there. Bye guys.